Well, today I'm here in front of you to present about APP. It is stands for Automatic Payment Program. So I know all of you have come across APP, and you guys are known. Just back also, my friend Mr. Suresh has also explained very well. But again, I'm going to do the same because whenever we are doing the things multiple times, we'll be able to register it and can clear the confusions and will be very clear about the topic and concept. So let me start. Mr. Suresh, can you share the screen
Yeah, sure.
of your document? Well, so here I'll start from the importance of APP. So why it is very much significant topic, significant concept in SAP, just because in huge size of organizations there are ample of transactions happening in a month. So we can say hundreds of transactions and even thousands of transactions also there. So in these cases, doing manual payments will be very difficult and much effort and time taking. So that is the reason SAP has this beautiful concept of automatic payment program. So with these, we are able to make different kind of payment procedures. So it can handle both outgoing and incoming. It means whenever we have purchased raw material or something from the vendors, so we can pay them through APP. And whenever we sold the goods to customers, we can control it from APP with the help of APP, right? So is it clear? I'm going to start from the scenarios. What kind of scenarios are there in APP program? The major scenarios I'm specifying here. So in point of vendor, normal payments, which means standard payment clearance, just the amount which we specified in the invoice, and the same amount we are going to pay. There are no discounts, there are no any down payments, there are no partial. So the next one is down payment clearing. So whenever uh, the client company going to purchase something which is very huge value, in that cases they need to make a down payment before getting the goods or services. They need to clear some payments. So with this down payment clearing scenario, end user can able to clear the down payments. The next one is partial clearing. So the partial clearing, so it is uh, it is about installments. So in the payment terms, there are there we will see agreements. So in four portions we need to clear. Next, intercompany transaction. It means the same company in business units or functional units, business area to business area. Then foreign currencies payment with APP, we can make any country's currency. So you can say USD, Euro, whatever you can use. You just need to give the value, currency value conversion, and can be able to make payments. Next one is cash discount payments. Next, vendor as customer payment. So vendor as customer payment is a very important scenario. So here the same vendor is also act as a customer also. Means we are getting this material from the vendor, and also we are purchasing it from the same. Okay. Next, customer payments, and here also same normal payments, down payment, foreign currencies payments, discount payments, customer as vendor payment, right? So now I'm going to talk about the configuration part. So this is the most important part. Before running the proposal and payment run, uh, we need to make the complete configuration for running the proposal and payment runs, right? For doing this configuration in SAP, we have the transaction code of APZP. So APZP is useful for configuring APP setups. So here we have let me take you to the direct SAP screen here. I'll share my screen. Is it visible to you guys, my screen?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. I just typed FBZP transaction code. Yeah, here we have all company codes, paying company codes, payment methods in country, payment methods in company code, bank determination, and house bank. These are the steps we follow in configuration. So here I'm clicking all company codes. So for the first time, we need to make a new entry. My company code is FA99. So this is my company. So here I have given my paying company code and tolerance days. So tolerance days means the due after due also there are grace days. This is tolerance days, and the second thing is maximum discount. Maximum discount is APP allows 5%. Then moving to vendors, special risk real transactions to be paid. So this is a case when we are making down payments to vendors or any special payments without invoice or before paying or after creating the invoice. Here the customers also same. AF. AF means down payments. This is the digit A for down payments and the F for down payment request. So next one is I'm going back. Paying company code. So here also I'm going to position and giving my company code. So in paying company code, we need to give the minimum amount for incoming and minimum outgoing for amount for outgoing payments. So if we have given minimum amount for incoming 500 rupees, it won't allow us the less than 500 rupees. So in that case, we need to go for manual payments, right? Then here also we have forms. Form is nothing but a printed form, which we actually gave to banks or after making the APP. And if a form will be transferred to banks. So here the program code is this is a ABAP program F110 underscore DAVIS F110 underscore EDI underscore 01. This is the default program which we given here and sender detail. So here we need to select the text ID as ADRS, which we have given in the document configuration document. We need to follow the same here. Letterhead ADRS header, ADRS footer, ADRS signature, ADRS center. So this is about paying company codes. Next, I'm moving on to payment methods in country. So here they're in the same position. Just give country. So here we have ample of options of payments. So check transfer, bank transfer, RTGS, wire, NEFT. There are ample of payment methods available in this field. So we need to just select which kind of payment method the client companies is actually using. So if they are using RTGS, bank transfer, we need to give the same details here. So and then we'll move on to payment methods in company code. Giving the paying company code is nothing but my company code. So here also the same amount limits. Minimum amount is 10 rupees. The maximum amount is 20 lakh rupees. And also here I'm allowing foreign currency, foreign business partner allowed, foreign currencies allowed, customer, vendor, bank abroad allowed. So what is the benefit of giving this options is whenever we're going to make the international transactions, international foreign currencies exchanges, if we are not given this tick mark, we're going to get the reporting errors. That's why it should be very careful in doing this configuration, right? Now I'm moving on to house banks. Before going to bank determination, we need to select the house bank. So every company has their own house banks. So they'll deal with their house banks only. So here my house banks are Axis, HDFC, IOB. I've created here. So for the first, if you are doing to this for the first time, just click on new entries and give your bank details and save it. That's the thing. And I'm clicking on IOB. It is my ranking order first bank, and then just clicking on bank account. So here we need to give the account details, bank account number, bank key, and GL account. GL account is so before bank, how you guys are know how we are created bank details in FS00 GL. So in current asset we have created different kind of bank using this GLs. So that the same we need to give here also. And this is the address of bank. And just I'm going back. I'm done with the bank house banks. And now after creating the house bank, just move on to bank determination. This is the most important part. Here, paying company code, just taking my paying company code, my company code, and okay. This is my company code, right? Here, after giving the house banks, you just need to give the ranking order. So which is the first one to take the payment to act as a first, okay? So whenever we run the APP, if I given the rank order 1 for IOB, it will deduct from IOB. It will deduct from that rank order 1 bank. So if it is running short of amounts in that bank, then it will automatically move to the second ranking order bank, right? So recently we have done foreign currencies also. So that's the reason I have given here USD currency also for the same banks, right? Next is bank account. Bank account. Here we need to give the payment method. We need to give the payment method, house banks, currency, and the GL account. So this is the details. So payment method. I forgot to mention this payment account method in payment method country. So this is a unique digit. You need to take the unit digit for your payment transactions, right? So my payment method for incoming for outgoing is B. Sorry, 1. 1 is my outgoing payment method, and 2 is my incoming payment method. I have specified its payment method country. Then this is not that important. And available amount is very important. So in my IOB, there is total 9. It means 9 nines we have given here, and the days are 999. And currency also we need to give here, right? Next. So we are done with the configuration. Now we are completely done the configuration. Now I'm moving on to the APP run with the transaction code help of F110. Sorry, I forgot to give /n. F110. So this is a proposal and payment run. Here you just give that the date of running on which date we are actually running the APP. So the identification number must be very unique, which is not used earlier, because if I repeat the same identification earlier, it will going to get the reporting error. So I'm giving FE30. Okay, and then just select parameters and the company code. Payment method I'm taking 1, and the next payment date is 30/12/2021. That means the month end. It should be. So why we are giving the next payment date? It means till 30th of December, any due or overdue invoices are there exist in the system. It will pick directly. It will pick automatically. Right. Next, just take the vendor for which vendors we are actually dealing and want to clear the payments. So I'm taking my vendors. Copy. So also he just give the range. So from this vendor to this vendor, how many vendors we need to actually clear. Next, move on to additional log. Here just click two fields, due date check and payment method selection, and giving vendor number here is optional. It is not so important. Then just click on status. It will ask you to say yes, save, yes, save, yes. Then click on proposal. After clicking the proposal, it asks you to run start immediately. So click on start immediately and just enter. Okay. Then if you move to the proposal edit here, it will show you the invoices. Actually, there are no invoices open currently. That's why it is showing no invoices to pick, right? So there will be we will be able to see how many invoices there, and if there is no any configuration errors, it will shows in green. If there are any errors, it will automatically shows in red. So then we need to resolve the errors and just save, then payment run. So after payment run, everything will be clear. Then now we'll can see the cleared items in FBL1N. If it is vendor line items, just give the vendor number and cleared items, or else all items. If it is down payment, just also click special GL and execute it. It will show you the complete details here, right? So that's all from my side, sir. I'm done with my explanation, sir. Thank you.